Hello everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and we are going to analyze the Hindu newspaper for 10th of August 2022. तो आज हम 10 अगस्त 2022 का हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर एनालाइज करने जा रहे हैं. I welcome you all to this YouTube channel wherein on a daily basis regularly we analyze the current affairs from the Hindu newspaper. And in this channel, we regularly analyze the Hindu newspaper from Monday till Saturday only, because Sunday is for self-study. So Sunday it is expected that the students are going to analyze and read the newspaper themselves and analyze and understand the current affairs themselves. Okay, through these lectures, I want you all to inculcate a habit of daily preparing the current affairs without any break and understand them, realize what is happening around you, analyze them, do not cram them. Current affairs are not meant to just rattify, okay? Because then if you cram something, you tend to forget it on the day of your exam, because last 1.5 to 2 years current affairs you have to study. So let's get started. The first important article on page number 1 you'll see is new privacy features on WhatsApp. So basically WhatsApp is the most popular messaging platform in India. We know that it is owned by Facebook. 2014 से Facebook ने WhatsApp को overtake कर लिया था, and India is the first country. This is also important that India is the first country for WhatsApp to launch the payment services. Now WhatsApp पे भी payment services start हो गई ना. Now you can send money through WhatsApp as well. You can receive money through WhatsApp. So India was the first country to launch the payment services of WhatsApp. Okay, now we know that in the year 2021 there was a policy feature launched by WhatsApp in which all the people who use WhatsApp had to mandatorily accept the policy, the new terms and conditions and the privacy policies launched by WhatsApp. And at that time there was a huge chaos in India, because the government was saying you cannot force your policies on us, your terms and conditions on us. But why it was able to force its terms and conditions? Because there was lack of proper data protection bill or mechanism in India. And right now also we know that Indian government has taken back its data bill. Okay, and that is why again Indian government is being criticized right now, because we lack a proper strong data protection bill. WhatsApp updated its privacy policy and asked users last year to accept the new terms and conditions by force. Right, forceful consent was taken by WhatsApp. So basically this is the result of having a weak or not so strong data protection bill in place. So the issues were the lack of data protection bill in India, social engineering and cyber attacks. These are the issues that India is right now facing. Now we all know about the data protection law. We had studied in the Hindu newspaper analysis lecture. Cyber attacks we have studied. You will tell me in the comment section what is social engineering. इसकी जो definition है आप मुझे comment section में बताओगे. Let's see how many of you also do your own homework or put in your own efforts while analyzing the newspaper. Let me know the definition of social engineering in the comment section. Coming on to the next important article, city's first bamboo theme park to come up on the Yamuna floodplain. So in New Delhi, the Lieutenant Governor has laid foundation of city's first bamboo park. Now here this bamboo park, basically it is going to increase tourism. When tourism increases, employment opportunities for local people increases. Now bamboo naturally also is a very important, you can say, resource, right? Environmental resource. Why? Because the bamboo groves at the periphery of any city or any house helps in containing the pollution which is caused by the dust storms. So for eradicating and for minimizing the effect of pollution, for a sustainable future, bamboo theme park is going to be really helpful and beneficial. And do you know, this is important for prelims, that 18th September every year is celebrated as World Bamboo Day. हर साल 18 सितंबर को ना World Bamboo Day celebrate किया जाता है. Why it is celebrated? Because bamboo has number of multiple you can say benefits and applications and usages. It has versatile potential. Now there's a small story related to versatile, a personal story. My father always used to emphasize on English, that you need to make sure that your English is good. You should have a strong hold on vocabulary, etc. Because in competitive exams like chartered accountancy exams, company secretary ka exams, in the UPSC exam, English plays a very important role in these professional examination. English का भी एक important role रहता है. And the corporate world which is developing in India, basically the usage of English also helps in expanding our career. So here he used to always teach me this very, because he was from Hindi medium. Okay, so he found it, in the initial days of his professional career, he found it little, difficult to deal with English and the clients who used to speak in English, etc. But then he, managed to learn English very well. He was very fluent in English. His vocabulary was excellent. So he came across this word called versatile, and he loved this word. And I was in class second. He came to me and he, told me to open up my register and write this word down, versatile. And he very beautifully explained to me the meaning of versatile. He said, Bahumukhi. He said it means Bahumukhi Pratibha Wala, the one who has mastery over all topics, or the one who has 360-degree potential or abilities. That person is called versatile. जिसको सब कुछ अच्छे से करना आता हो, जो basically you can say multitasker, or you can say, an all-rounder. Okay, you can call this person as an all-rounder. So bamboo tree is also now an all-rounder. It has versatile potential because it acts as a very good food source. It acts as a biofuel. It acts as furniture also in sofas and all bamboo. So bamboo, basically bark of bamboo is used. Fabric it is used for creating and manufacturing fabric, incense stick, mats, paper, right? And it hardly requires to be replanted. So basically it has a versatile potential and quality. And do you know that India contributes only 2% of world's bamboo supply? So these are some interesting facts about bamboo that you need to remember for prelims, क्योंकि ये छोटे-छोटे articles ना, they are very important for your upcoming preliminary examination. Coming on to this very important article, it is just a picture in the Hindu newspaper, but do not ignore pictures like these. They have their own stories. In this picture, they are showing tribal women taking a part in a rally to celebrate International Day of World's Indigenous Peoples. That is a World Tribal Day. This is again important for your preliminary examination. Very important for 2023-24 aspirants. 2023-24 की तैयारी कर रहे हो, काफी important है, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पर हम बात करते हैं that 9th August is celebrated every year as World Indigenous Peoples Day. That is the World Tribal Day. Why? Obviously to raise awareness how to protect and why to protect the rights of tribal people. Now this particular date, it has been celebrated since 1982. तो 1982 से ना हम इसको हर साल celebrate करते हैं, because in 1982 there was basically a UN working group, okay, whose meeting was conducted. That group was meeting on the theme, on the title of indigenous populations, and that meeting took place in Geneva. And in that meeting it was decided that tribal people must be recognized, their rights must be recognized, they need to be protected, their language, culture, their community needs to be protected. In 1982 in this meeting there was a 13-member committee which was jointly appointed by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. तो क्या हुआ था 1982 में ना, ये पर्टिकुलर यूएन वर्किंग ग्रुप मिला था जिनीवा में, और इन्होंने डिसाइड किया था कि हमें ट्राइबल पीपल का एक डे सेलिब्रेट करना ही चाहिए, बिकॉज हमें इनको प्रोटेक्ट करना है. एंड देन इन 2018 ना, इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो सेड दैट yes, we need to rigorously follow this particular committee meetings result, the outcome. So therefore in 2018 the first national report on state of India's tribal people's health was also submitted, and it was shown that tribal people basically are dealing with issues like corruption, poverty, etc. And in this particular report, basically a 13-member committee was formed which published this report. 5 साल लगे थे इस report को publish होने में, because intensive research was done on the condition, economic, financial, mental, social conditions of the tribal people. Okay. Coming on to the next important article, Bangladesh river water deal likely. This is important for paper 2, PSIR अगर आपके पास optional है, and prelims का paper. So basically it is being speculated that this joint water commission, joint river commission is meeting of India and Bangladesh, and an agreement might come on river Kushiara. River Kushiara basically flows from Assam into Bangladesh. So it's an inter-boundary, or you can say trans-boundary river. India और Bangladesh के बीच की trans-boundary river है ये, and it is a branch of the Barak River, and Barak River separates into 2 tributaries. First is Sumara and second is Kushiara River. It's important for prelims. And this river originates in Nagaland and then it enters Bangladesh, goes into the Bay of Bengal. As you can see in the map also, this is the Kushiara River. इस तरीके से ये Bay of Bengal में mix हो जाती है. All right. Now let us go through this very important editorial in the Hindu newspaper. Fair trial goes beyond courts to the police and media. This particular editorial is not just important for paper 2 but also for ethics paper and for your essay paper as well. So please understand the meaning and the crux of this editorial very open-mindedly. Now here they are talking about the article, the author of the editorial says that biased media will weaken up democracy. अगर मीडिया एक तरफा डिसीजन ले, एक तरफा न्यूज पब्लिश करे तो उससे डेमोक्रेसी क्या होती है, कमजोर होती है. Now why this issue took place, why this editorial has been written, because there was an issue wherein you know that the alt news co-founder Mohammed Zubair case is going on because of his tweet which was made in 2018. So here the Chief Justice of India objected to the lack of media accountability in media's coverage of legal issues. Whenever media covers any legal trial going on in Supreme Court or High Court, the accountability is very weak. That means whatever information the media portrays on television or in newspapers, there is no accountability or there is very little accountability. Okay, or the evidence are not very, you can say, strong. That is why it lacks accountability. Here, before even the judgment came, the outcome came in Mohammed Zubair's case, the police shared the outcome with the media house, and the media house did not wait for Supreme Court to give its final judgment and published that news. पुलिस ने क्या किया इस केस में, मोहम्मद जुबैर के केस में वर्डिक्ट पास होना था सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा, उसके पहले ही पता नहीं कहां से उन्हें वो इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल गई कि ये आउटकम आएगा इस केस में, उन्होंने वो इन्फॉर्मेशन मीडिया को दे दी और मीडिया ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वेट नहीं किया, उन्होंने सीधा सीधा वो इन्फॉर्मेशन एज इट इज एज अ फैक्ट न्यूज़पेपर में पब्लिश कर दी. This is the issue. This is why the Supreme Court is angry right now that what are you doing? You are lacking accountability. And initially basically Supreme Court was very angry. It said that from where police got the outcome? We did not even pass the outcome yet and the police knew the answer, knew the result in this case. And then without asking our permission, they gave this information to the media and media did not wait for our judgment. Media passed on this information to the public. So what are you doing? You are creating a narrative here without waiting for our judgment, our outcome. So here the question comes, what is the role of police in media trial? Basically, police, whenever a media trial is going on where media is also involved in the trial in the Supreme Court, police acts as a source of information for the media, because whenever the police steps out from the Supreme Court or any courtroom, the media runs towards the police officers, the head of the police, and then they question them, what is the case, what's the judgment is going to be, etc, etc. So police acts as a source of information to the media, and police acts as a source of communication to the judiciary. So whatever the reports of the criminal or the person who has been convicted is, that report is given to the Supreme Court judge by the police only. So it acts as a source of communication. It has a dual role. ये मीडिया को भी इंफॉर्मेशन पास करती है पुलिस, और जो आपकी सुप्रीम कोर्ट है, जुडिशरी है, उसको भी कम्युनिकेशन देती है कि भाई क्या आपने इन्वेस्टिगेशन करी, क्या रिपोर्ट बनाई, एक्सेट्रा. But if the police overindulges the information to media, then it results into public stripping of rights, which happened here in the Mohammed Zubair case. कि भाई रिजल्ट आया नहीं, उससे पहले तुमने सॉल्यूशन बता दिया लोगों को, फैसला बता दिया, आउटकम बता दिया. Then what is the role of media when it comes to the cases which are currently running in Supreme Court? Media basically has the ability to shape political opinion, but here when the media gets biased, then the outcome is impacted. The life of the person who has been convicted is impacted. The family of the person's life, the life of the family of the person gets impacted, and it also impacts the justice system, right? आपको सही लगती है ना ये बात कि भाई मीडिया इतनी पावरफुल है कि वो पॉलिटिकल ओपिनियन को शेप कर देती है, आकार देती है. बट अगर वही मीडिया बायस्ड हो गई तो क्या होगा? ना सिर्फ उस कन्विक्ट की जो लाइफ है वो इम्पैक्ट होगी, उसकी फैमिली की लाइफ इम्पैक्ट होगी, बल्कि सोसाइटी की धारणाएं, जस्टिस सिस्टम, सब कुछ इम्पैक्ट होगा. And media can prevent. It has the strong power and position to prevent politically motivated insidious effects, negative cruel effects. अगर भाई किसी जजमेंट के पीछे पॉलिटिकल मोटिवेशन है कि भाई इसका जजमेंट हमारे हिसाब से ही आना चाहिए, हमारी छवि अच्छी लगे, तो मीडिया के पास ये राइट होती है कि इस तरीके के गलत इवेंट्स या इफेक्ट्स को मीडिया क्या करे, इग्नोर करे. मीडिया इस तरीके के इवेंट को खत्म करे, सोसाइटी में आने ना दे इस तरीके के इफेक्ट्स को. बट On the contrary, sometimes media also loses its credibility. Why? When it does not wait for the outcome but give its own outcome and judgment based on the facts that have been given to it by the policeman or by any other source. भाई जजमेंट का वेट किए बिना इधर उधर से तुम्हें आंसर मिल गया, तुमने उसके ऊपर एक नैरेटिव बेस करके पब्लिश कर दिया फाइनल सोल्यूशन अपनी तरफ से, तो इससे क्या हुआ, लोगों की धारणाएं भी शेप होंगी. So what's the problem with media today? Basically there are no uniform government regulations. Why? Because police basically यहाँ पर जो है वो आपका आता है state list में. State governments, they pass different directives to control the police, disseminating information to the media. और अलग अलग state में अलग अलग roles होता है, and police is the major source of communication between judiciary and media. And police यहाँ पर अलग तरीके से controlled है, रेगुलेटेड यूनिफॉर्मली नहीं है, तो अलग तरीके से मीडिया उस स्टेट में ऑपरेट करती है. ओके, देन मीडिया हाउसेज आल्सो आर नॉट यूनिफॉर्मली रेगुलेटेड. ओवर रेगुलेशन हो जाएगा देन मीडिया विल बिकम बायस्ड, अंडर रेगुलेशन होगा देन द फैक्ट्स विल नॉट कम आउट प्रॉपर्ली. So there is no uniform regulation of media. Politicization of press is happening right now. Political pressure आ जाता है मीडिया के ऊपर, तो न्यूज जो है वो डिस्टॉर्ट की जाती है. Regulatory norms are weak. Then there is a huge financial burden on the media organizations right now, and that is why basically जो आपके criminal cases के media persons है वो properly अपना यहाँ पर dissemination of information नहीं कर पाते. All right, because the enforcement mechanism remains weak. Now here there were important judgment in the case of Romila Thapar versus Union of India. Supreme Court directed law enforcement authorities not to reveal details of their investigations, especially the personal details of the accused before the trial is complete. But hardly this particular enforcement or you can say verdict is followed. हमारी कंट्री में ये ऑर्डर बहुत कम ही फॉलो किया जाता है, इसका कम ही पालन होता है. जबकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बहुत स्पेसिफिकली कहा है कि जब तक हम जजमेंट पूरी ना दे दें तब तक आप पर्सनल डिटेल कॉन्विक्ट का अक्यूज का नहीं बताओगे, किसी को कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन बाहर नहीं दोगे. नाउ केरला, वन ऑफ द फ्यू स्टेट्स, दैट इज केरला, disallowed photographs and parades of persons in custody within its police act, but it is not done in all the other states. So this is the problem currently that we are facing, that has been listed, highlighted in these paragraphs also. So what can be the solution? The solution can be, over here you can see that media regulation has to be made uniform. The first solution is the government, यहाँ पर लिख देती हूँ, the government regulation over media, write it down, has to be uniform. आपको उसको यूनिफॉर्म रेगुलेशन पास करना ही होगा. Only then you can rise up from this ethical crisis. Then media should also feel, this is a second important solution to this ethical crisis, that media should feel subject to the obligation to do its part in aiding mechanism that aim to preserve the principles of justice. Media should understand that the principles of our justice system is not just the responsibility of police or the courts, but it is also the responsibility of the media house. Okay, so these are the important solutions that you can list down in this particular article if it comes in your ethics paper or GS paper too. So I hope you enjoyed this lecture. ये था आपका आज का lecture. उम्मीद करती हूँ आपको आज का lecture अच्छा लगा हो. On this note we are wrapping up the session. Thank you everyone.